Well. A little bit of housekeeping. Then I'll tell y'all what's going on. Tell you what's happening. What's happening, Captain? Tell you what's happening. Doing a little bit of housekeeping, cleaning up the tools. About to call it a night. Been out here since early. Let's see if anybody's in here. We got a few people in here. If you got a few people in here, let me turn this thing around just a little bit. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, that right there was something else. That Ford thought of me the whole way. I heard Craig in the background going, I heard Craig going in the background the whole time. The whole time. All day long, all I heard was Craig Bill laughing in the background all day. Craig, I don't know if you're watching. I'm going to tell you right now. That Ford was laughing at me I know you was laughing at me all day. I could hear it. And Nathan. We ain't going to forget about Nathan. Nathan was laughing all day too. Ha 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 ha. Ford tough. That's for sure. That was for sure. Like I said, doing a little housekeeping. Doing a little bit of housekeeping. Show y'all what's going on. Don't go nowhere. Just trying to pick up a little bit. Then I'll show you what we got. Got 12 people in here. All right. Ain't got nobody commenting yet. Let me show you. So, like I said, look at all them fasteners. Look at all them empty water bottles. Jay been drinking some water. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So, cut out the front cross member. It wasn't really bad, but it wasn't bad. That's for sure. It wasn't bad. It was all right. This is what I try to tell you, boys. When y'all say you got a rust-free vehicle, ain't no vehicle rust-free. Ain't no vehicle rust-free. What's up, 15-1? Well, you're new to the channel. I ain't never seen your name before. See, no vehicle is rust-free. So, all right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So that is what's left of a 1970 F100 Ford pickup truck. Cross member, upper perch, spring perches. That's everything that's left. And here's the cross member, transmission cross member. Yep, right there, boys and girls. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. That right there, it's gonna be loud. So that is the cross member for the transmission and for the link bars. But now, that's what we got. That's all Qa1 right there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is going to be meaner than a dog pissing tacks. I'm going to tell you. That thing is gonna be meaner than a dog pissing tacks. So, let me get my little chair. So there's the upper and lower control arms, there's the engine mount, there's the sway bar, there's a whole bag full of bolts, there's the drop spindles. There's a lot of stuff going on over here on this thing. So let me go back here to the back, show you what's going on. Well, let's hang tight for a second. Let me get the broom. Let's let a few more people come in here before I start, because I ain't gonna be on here long. Cause your boy hungry. About to go eat me a cheeseburger. About to go eat me a cheeseburger. And French fries. Had tacos today at lunch. So do a little housekeeping so the janitor, when they come in tonight, they won't be all mad. They'll be like, God almighty, look at all the mess he left in here. He didn't even do nothing. He didn't even try to clean up. He didn't even try to clean up. Didn't even try to clean up. Didn't even try to clean up. Like I said, doing a little bit of housekeeping. What's up, SS Stunt? What's up, man? We're just doing a little housekeeping right quick before we call it a night. Been out here for a pretty good while. Been out here since before daylight. Look at that pile of Ford. Look at that pile of Ford mess right there. Huh? Look at that. Got all that 1970 engine cradle and cross member and upper perch, got all that mess. Yeah, got all that stuff out. What's up, Reaper? Not bad for a couple days worth of work for a one-man band. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'd say so myself. Like I said, just straightening up. We're going to let a few people get in here, and then I'm going to talk about what went on today and what's going to go on tomorrow. And then probably going to, look, there's the spindles, there's a bunch of bolts. Look at all them water bottles. Man, I bet I drunk about 15 waters today. There's the daggone A-arms. What's up, Z2K20? I know you're new to the channel. I ain't never seen you before. Hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. Hit it. Drop a comment. Share. Yes, so, man, I went through some grinding rocks and some daggone cutoff wheels today. I ain't gonna lie about that. All that stuff on the floor, that's probably all that right there. I'm surprised my phone's working. It was over there on the table, and I was throwing sparks all over it, so it was slammed full of metal shavings. But I appreciate that, man. I got to drill the rivets out of that. Uh-oh. What is that? Where did that come from? Getting down to the skinny on the boxes. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Bill? Bill. What's up, Bill? Bill, what do you think? Ain't bad for a couple days worth of work. Ain't bad at all. Got the rear suspension. Got everything done. I don't have a rear end, so it's at the rear end shop. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty on the parts. We just got the rack and pinion and some coilovers and some engine mounts, and that's pretty much it. Look at that pile of Ford. Look at that, Bill. Look at that pile of Ford laying there. All right, let me get this last little bit of dirt up right here, and then we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it for just a minute. Come live with me for a second. Got to do a little bit of housekeeping. Janitor come in tonight. He'll leave me a nasty note in the morning. Be like, man, why didn't you clean up, man? Why don't you clean up? All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. My name's JG, and I'm from the Peach Capital. So, all right, boys and girls, let's sit down and let me talk about it for a second. All right, so this, let me get my dirty fingerprints off the screen. I apologize. All right, so boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is the full rear suspension kit from Qa1 for a 1971 F100 pickup truck. This is a 8-inch drop. So what it says it's an 8-inch drop. So it's gonna put this joker in the bushes. I'm talking in the bushes. And he's gonna run 18 by 12s in the back. If we can squeeze 18 by 12s in the back, this thing is going, like Build on a Budget says, you can have the baddest vehicle on the planet, but if your stance ain't right, she ain't no good. Ain't that right, Bill? Ain't that right, Bill? You can have the baddest ride on the planet, but if your stance is all jacked up like somebody's teeth, all crooked and jacked up, you might as well just leave it in the garage, So, I got to take this out. I thought I was going to take this out, but if you go look at my story, Soulless Engineer in out west they build custom fuel tanks, and this client has ordered a custom fuel tank for a 1970 F100 pickup truck. Now let's check this out. It is C-notched. The fuel tank comes up right here. It's C-notched down and then comes. So the fuel tank bolts in right here in that bolt hole, right? That bolt hole and that bolt hole. And the fuel tank runs all the way to right here. Then the fuel tank is notched, is C-notched. So this rail stays. Then the fuel tank comes back up, and the fuel tank comes right here to this notch right here. And it's completely flat. It's 21.25, it's 21.25 gallons of fuel. And it's for a carburetor. It's for a carburetor. So that will be here sometime. I don't know when. So this is the coilover setup. Done the C-notch the other night. We done it Saturday and finished it up Sunday. This is the panhard bar system. This is the track system that bolts to the 9-inch, and this bolts to the housing, and then this bolts to the pinion. That right there is for the rear sway bar. All that connects to the rear end, which you see we do not have a rear end. Then you move forward. Look at all that adjustment. Look at all that adjustments. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. So from the center line of this rivet, 10 inches forward, right there. See that mark? 10 inches. That's where Qa1 said put the mark. Now you notice I ain't drilled no holes. Now somebody would say, oh, there's a hole right there bolted in that. No. Doesn't do that. So in the instructions, it says, get the rear end in, get everything set, get the pinion angle set, get everything set in the way it is. And once it's set, then you need to measure crossways. You need to measure from here to there, and then from there to there. And once you have the rear end square underneath the chassis, the way it's supposed to be, the track width and all that is square, then you drill this hole and you clamp it down. And then there's 2 holes on the bottom you got to drill. So there's 2 on the bottom and 1 there. Once you do that, then you can fine tune it with all this stuff, man. You work alone, you work that alone. Oh yeah, man, I'm a one-man band. There ain't nobody else here but me. Everything you see here, big dog, is me. Ain't nobody in here, it's me, myself, and I. Ain't nobody else that helping me. Yep, it's just me. Me and the voices in my head. And whoever I got playing on the TV. So that's that part. Now let's move on forward a little bit further. This right here is the emergency brake. Now you notice I just have this rough bolted in, and the reason why I have this rough bolted in is because I'm gonna take everything apart tomorrow, take the chassis to the booth, to the paint booth. I'm gonna put some HP 662 2K epoxy on it, let it set for 12 hours. Then I'm gonna paint it HB chassis black. And it's a single stage. And we're gonna paint the whole chassis black, let that set for 4 or 5 days, and then we're gonna roll that juke joint back out, and then we're gonna put it all back together. So right now we're just mocking everything up and then tear it all apart. So this right here is for the Mercy brake. This is the Mercy brake cable. This is the Mercy brake swing arm bracket. So whenever he gets the Mercy brake kit system for the 9-inch for a long bed. Now this is a long bed now, we ain't even cutting it down. He's leaving the outside like it is, patinaed. We ain't doing nothing to the outside. But the inside's gonna be good, the engine bay's gonna be good, and underneath's gonna be good, and the chassis is gonna be like riding on rails. This thing's gonna be meaner than a dog pissing tacks. Now, what do you say? It's a 1970 F100 pickup truck. What are you talking about? Help gonna do it wrong anyway. All right, so right here, this is because this thing had a 2-piece dry shaft in it. So this is the mount for the 2-piece dry shaft. Now, the original one dropped down. Well, since this thing's gonna have an 8-inch drop, this is the new one. So you drill out all the rivets and you put this one in there, all right? And this is where the new pillar block bearing, idler bearing, dry shaft bearing, whatever you guys want to call it. I know I got everybody all pissed off last time, and everybody was dropping in the comments correcting me what it's called. You call it whatever you want to. Pillar block bearing, idler bearing, dry shaft bearing, the thing that makes it go round and around, whatever you want to call it. That's where it's at. All right, so that's that. Yeah, the wobble bobble. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. What's up, Mac? Hey, Mac, I just seen you got a members only drop. All right, so let's go up here to the front. So that right there is the cross member. Yeah, the doohickey. Yeah, the doohickey and the dingamabob. You know, the thingamajig, you know, the arrow you use to comb her hair, that thingamajig. So right here was that cross member right there for the transmission. It was right here and right there. So we had to drill out two rivets on the top, 2 rivets on the bottom, and then we had to drive those jokers out. Then that hole right there, we had to drill out to 1/2 inch, right? Now, these are the cab brackets, so you don't want to take these off, okay? Now, let's get up here to the inside. Let me get on the inside so I can show you. So the cross member right there, it was right here, right? So in the instructions, it said, cut it off, clean this up. Well, I couldn't leave it like that. So I went back in here and I re-welded all of the factory welds. I went in there and I cleaned them out and I re-welded all the factory welds back and I cleaned them up and radiused them. All right, so where the cross member, this is where the cross member was at, right there. See that? That cross member at the top was, right here's where I cut it. I cut it about 1/2 inch too long. Then I come back and cleaned it up. Then I took some acetone, not acetone, but wax and grease remover, and I cleaned out all the crud in there, and then I welded this solid. I welded it back up, and then I smoothed it back down, right? Done the same thing on this. Now, Qa1 said leave this in here. And the reason why it don't say in the instructions, but I know why they wanted to leave that in there. That gives it support from top to bottom. I even thought about coming in here, and I'm probably going to, honestly, probably going to come in right here, and I'm probably going to stitch weld this on both sides. This one and this one, I'm probably going to stitch weld it on both sides, right? Now, because see how their factory welds are? Yeah, it popped up. Yeah, it popped up, Mac. Carrier bearing. Yep. Yeah, it popped up on my phone right there. So you see how that weld is right there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all this up and I'm going to stitch it, right? So I welded all this. Now, I dropped a bunch of short videos today. I dropped a bunch of short videos on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same time. I done it on Facebook. I done it on TikTok. Then I copied and pasted on Facebook and then YouTube. I didn't go live today. I said I'll go live this evening because I had a lot going on. I was trying to get to this point right here because this thing's got to get in the booth tomorrow and get it painted. So with that being said, I welded all this up and cleaned that up. Now, before I cut anything loose, I took this piece of angle iron, according to the instructions, and I put it in that hole and that hole, and I bolted it down. Then I cut everything loose, all right? All right, so when I went to go put the outside cradle on, which let me show you right here. When I went to put this outside cradle on, because this overlaps that. So this piece had to go on first, and then this piece dropped down, and you see where they sandwich together. This piece would not even fit on the rail. Now, you're probably asking me, what do you mean it won't fit? The rail was too far spread apart. Now, I put this on and bolted this down before I cut the first piece off of this thing, per instructions. It says put a piece of flat stock or a piece of angle iron from that hole to that hole and bolt it down before you cut anything loose to keep the frame from spreading or sucking in or whatever. That was fine. You see right there? You see how much that hole's off? That's how much more. So what I did is I took that handy dandy strap right there and I wrapped that joker around there. I put tension on it. I took that bolt out and then I slowly ratchet strapped and then I took that transmission jack, or no, that ATV jack with the rubber on it, and I put that rubber mat on the bottom of it so it wouldn't scratch this powder coat. And I started jacking up on it. I would jack on the jack and I would jack on the ratchet strap until I got the rails to close in so I could push this cradle up. Once I got that cradle up, I put that bolt in, I put that bolt in, I put that bolt in, and I put that bolt in. Then I went to the passenger side, I put that bolt in, I put that bolt in, and I put that bolt in. And then once I done that, we good to go. And then, right here, well, you can't see it, right there, yeah, you can right there. You see right there at the end of my finger? In the instructions, it said you need to, once I put these brackets on right here on the inside, it said you need to do a 3/4 slot, a key slot into the top rail so this piece could slide down in there. So, and then that dropped down in there, and then once that happened, once that dropped down in there, I took the bullpen and stuck in there. They did not send enough washers. Now, I went back and looked in the instructions. They're only putting washers on the heads. Well, I'm going to go to Tractor Supply, and I'm going to get a bunch of 5/8 washers, and I'm going to put washers on the heads. For anybody drops in the comments and start acting stupid and talking out the side of their neck like they don't know what's going on, this is just mock-up. Mock-up. I'm going to take every bit of this apart, and I'm going to put this in the booth, and I'm painting this. Once I paint this, then when I put these back in, I'm going to put flats on every bit of this. Now, I'm not done, still not done. I got to drill 1, 2, 3, 4 holes on the top, and yeah, all of them already done. So I got to drill 4 holes on the top. Hey, I appreciate that, guy. Ain't that the damn truth? It don't cost nothing, and we know they in the shadows. So I got to drill this hole, and this hole, and this hole. So what I'm going to do, so I don't break no drill bit and I don't break nothing, I'm going to mark this hole, mark that hole, right? And then mark that hole. And then I'm going to take the center punch and I'm going to center punch it. I'm going to take this out. And then I was looking on Vemo. Is that what it is? VEVOR. Man, they have a mag-based drill. You can't make this up. They have a mag-based drill. Actually, John Buchanan sent me the link or told me about it, one or the other. Yes, VEVOR. They have a mag-based drill that has a 3-inch throat. That thing is $149 for a mag-based drill. Yeah, that right there would be awesome because you could just set it up here. I need a mag-based drill anyway to drill holes in the table. I could put that joker up there, clamp it to itself with the magnet, and just drill those holes just like lickety-split. Yeah, Mac, because I need to come on here on the table and I need to drill some 5/8 holes. And it comes with, I think it comes with like 20 bits. I think it comes with like 20 rotor broach bits for like $179 or $89. I know. So I have to drill this hole, this hole, this hole, and this hole. So that's 4 on this side and 4 on that side. I'm telling you, man, drilling into stuff like this with big drill bits, man, if you're not careful, man, you will snap your wrist. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you will. Now, so let me get over here. So that's that. Now, I'm not going to hang the A-arms. I'm not going to, here's the engine mounts. I'm not putting the engine mounts in. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm not taking none of this stuff loose right here and put all that. I'm going to take all these bolts right here and I'm going to put them in this back in this bag right here. Hardware kit, front assembly. I'm going to take all those bolts and put them in there and I'm going to put it back in that box. And then I'm going to put everything back on the pallet, right? And the reason why I'm not doing that is because I don't need to put the A-arms on. Just for take a picture, just a photo op? Absolutely not. Not doing it, not doing it, not doing it. I'll do it on after it's painted. All right, so there is a lot of moving parts on this, fangs up. I mean, it's a lot. But let me show you this right here. This thing takes, so it's going to be a little bit. I talked to the client today. It's going to be a little bit on this because the only thing I'm doing is the chassis. I got to fix a couple pieces of rust on the bottom of the bed where the bed bolts down to the where the bed bolts down. I got a couple pieces there. I got to put a floor pan on the driver's side and a floor pan on the passenger side, and that's it, boys and girls. And I'm putting this thing back together. Putting it back together. Now I got to run fuel lines. I'm gonna run the fuel lines and the brake lines and all that stuff. I think he's gonna order. Now I can make the brake lines. I think I'm gonna order them or he's gonna order them. I don't know, just the factory brake lines. Probably gonna order 3/8 or 5/16 because going with disc brakes on the front and disc brakes on the back. So probably gonna order the larger, or I just might make the brake lines in-house. Also got to do fuel lines. Also, I found this thing on Facebook that make these clips for A&N hoses. So you drill a 1/4 bolt in the frame, you clip this thing on there, and then you take the A&N fuel line, and it snaps in place. Super nice, super nice. Yeah, I'm not cutting no more corners, no more. Starting March 1st, either we're going to do it the right way or you can take it somewhere else. I don't give two rats' asses about it. I'm not going to second guess myself. Either we're going to buy the right parts to do it the right way or you can bring a trailer and load it up and take it home with you. I'm not doing it. And the reason why I say that is because Chance is coming to help me do the air conditioner, charge the air conditioner on the Impala. Me and Mac can testify to this, and so can cars. I should have ripped out the wiring harness on that 63 Impala, had the client buy a brand new wiring harness and start over because I'm not happy with it. And honestly, I didn't charge him 3 days for working on it. So I'm not happy with it, but he didn't pay me. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win because there's no labor involved. And for 3 days, I worked on that Impala and for the wiring, and should have just swallowed my pride, ripped out the wiring harness, thrown it in the damn pile, and ordered a new one and been done with it. On this truck right here, he's ordered a brand new wiring harness. Car's giving me a company that sells these weather pack connectors. They're super nice. There's the wiring harness right there. Yeah, that's it, VEVOR. That wiring harness right there is right at $1,000 for that wiring harness. And once I make these plugs, everything's gonna be modular, every bit of it. So I'm gonna make some uprights and get some caster wheels from Harbor Freight, and I'm gonna bolt them up here to the front, and I'm gonna bolt them to the back so I can roll this thing in and out. And then we'll run the fuel lines, the brake lines, all the electrical, you know. I'm even thinking about getting some, like some 1-inch conduit and bending the conduit and running the conduit inside the frame rail and then running the wiring harness down through the conduit. So the wiring harness is in a piece of conduit all the way down, a piece of metal conduit or plastic, you know, and heat it up and bend it and run it down the frame rail on the inside. So all the wires are inside a jacket all the way down through the side. So that's what I'm gonna do on that and make everything modular. But that's about as far as I can go with that though. Here's the 3-inch drop spindles. They're from MCGAUGHY. And then there's the coilovers. These are the front coilovers right there. Nice. So once I do that, yeah, see right here, they say leave that inner side. Once we do all that, then we put the rack and pinion in. I mean, look at that right there. Look at all that stuff I got to put together on the front. What's up, John? Now, why in the hell would I mock all that up and then take it all back apart? Why would I do that? I don't need to do that. I just needed to get the center section in so I know everything's copacetic. I mean, right there, there's over 50-some parts right there. See all that shit? That's somatic. I mean, look at it right there. There's, 48 pieces. There's 48 pieces right there. So why in the world would I do all that just to give a photo op and then take it all apart? I'm not doing it. That's as far as I need to go. Like I said, I got to drill the 4 holes at the top and 4 holes on that, and she's good to go. So by tomorrow this time, Lord willing, like if the good Lord don't take me home tonight, if he does, then it's somebody else's problem. I ain't got to worry about it. So by tomorrow evening, this joker's going to be in the booth, sitting on jack stands or something. If I have to figure out to run a piece of rebar through that right there and put it on jack stands and do the same thing on the back, take a piece of rebar, drill out, run right there. I bet I could run a piece of rebar through that hole right there and suspend this thing off the ground and then paint it. What's up, John? I appreciate it, Buchanan. So, well, that's it, boys and girls. Anybody got any questions? Drop a thing in there, drop a link, drop a whatever. Woo, it's been a good one. Been a good day. Been a good day. Yeah, I need a frame cart. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take some tubing, John, and I'm gonna make some tabs so I can bolt it up there on the, so I can roll it in and out. I'll probably bolt it right here to this hole right here, John. I'll probably bolt it right there and then run a piece of tubing across so I can roll it. But once I get it in the booth, I gotta have it where I can get around it. So I'll probably jack it up and run a piece of rebar through there. Like that, run a piece of rebar through there and put jack stands on it. I need a cart. I need a cart about chest high where I can have some chains hanging on it and just hook down here, put an eyelet screw right there and just suspend this thing in the air about 4 foot in the air where I can get around it, because I'm gonna have to get this thing high up off the ground. If not, I'm gonna be laying on the floor. But I've done it before. Lay on a creeper and shoot my feet across the floor and spray up underneath the bottom of it. You made something? No, I haven't made nothing for this. I ain't made nothing for this. Not yet. I don't have no more tubing. I done used up everything I got. So, all right, boys and girls, I believe I'm go eat me a daggone cheeseburger and a big old slice of tomato and some onion and some French fries. French fries. Oh yeah, I appreciate it, rock fan. Hey, boys and girls, if you're on TikTok, go over to TikTok and give me a thumbs up. I accidentally changed the name on TikTok. It's actually I'm going to change it back at the end. It'll let me change it on March 10th. I don't know what I was thinking. But on TikTok, it's called JG Built. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. So I got to change it back. But Facebook is the same thing, JG Innovation Garage. So if you're on Facebook, go over to Facebook, hit the follow button over there, the subscribe button, hit the subscribe here, go over to TikTok. I think I'm up at 600. I think 110 followers on TikTok. I need to get 1,000. I need to get 1,000 on TikTok, which I just started TikTok about 3 or 4 weeks ago, so that's not too bad. I got the video of me painting Bilt's daggone hood, Rust-Oleum, got like 10,000 views in like just a few hours. And I can't remember how many daggone comments. Man, I've been getting beat up on that daggone painting that hood, Rust-Oleum. Man, I tell you what, man, they are pulling JG through the ringer, man. You thought I'd spit in daggone Queen Elizabeth's face, man. I promise you. I promise you. All right, boys and girls. I saw it change. Hey, I didn't mean to change it, Mac. I was messing around and I accidentally changed it. So it won't let me change it back till March 10th. And I'm hoping that it's still available. If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I send them a message and tell them, hey, it was mine to start with anyways. All right, boys and girls, you at 90. Hey, I'm at 605 or 610. I don't know. Hey, look, I got a buddy. His son started a TikTok page. This is no joke. I got a buddy. He started his TikTok page. It's called SVP Garage. He started it 1 month ago. 1 month ago, he started a TikTok page. 1 month ago. He records everything he does with those Amazon glasses, like $149 video camera glasses. He, all 8 hours working, he's a mechanic. He records all day, 8 hours. Then he fast forwards it and he turns an 8-hour video into 5 minutes. Into 5 minutes. He's got 18,500 followers in 30 days. He's got over 5.6 million views in 30 days. It is crazy. 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 He wears them glasses. You might get a Restro. What do you say? You might get a Restro sponsor. It is crazy. I mean, within a month. So he puts those glasses on and records all day. And then he edits it down to 5 minutes and posts it every day. He's got like 5 million views in a month. You might get a Restro sponsor. What are you talking about, John? What are you talking about? John, tell me something. I got to go eat a cheeseburger, John. I'm tired. I'm running. Bill said you can't work like a bird. You can't work like a mule and eat like a bird. Hey, man, you come in here all the time and say that. You a mechanic for 30 years and just ate some salad. You say that every time. Every time you come to the channel, you say that. You must be part rabbit. You must be part rabbit. Every time you come to the channel, you say, I've been a mechanic for 30 years and I just ate a salad. You part rabbit. Hey, do you know that we didn't start drinking milk and eating cereal until the 60s when the doctors got together with General Mills and said, hey, look, y'all need to tell everybody that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And then we started eating cereal. We ain't even supposed to be drinking milk. You know, they ain't no other animal that drink milk his whole life. After it gets weaned off of milk from its mama, it don't drink milk no more. We don't supposed to be drinking no milk. We're the only ones that drink milk forever. Animals, once they get off the tip from the mama, they don't drink no milk no more. We don't need no milk. Yep. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate every single one of you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, boys and girls, and remember what I said. Don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch or sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag. Peace on the chicken, raise them out.